Please, wake up. Press F to wake up. Shut up. Thank you, that's so much better. Right. What a lovely sound. Reminds me of when old computers used to turn on. Right. Please wake up. I know my videos are boring, but please, wake up. Right, thank you, that's better. Okay. Mara OS, press L to open last process. Okay, I have no idea what I'm doing. Available processes, the albazinwich.txt. Write the name of the file to open. What? Oh gosh, I am very unfamiliar. Do you literally just want me to copy down the... Okay, I don't know why you want me to do this, but I'll do it anyway. Oh gosh. What do you do for a hobby? Oh, I copy down texts. Oh, really? I can't even press up to fix it. Oh, gosh. What do you do for a hobby, Phil? Oh, you know, make YouTube videos. Oh, how exciting! Just like all of those people that do it and play really good games and have loads of fun with life. Oh, for crying out loud. Write the name of the file to open. That's the name of the file! This... Can I... Which button did I get out? Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh, give me... This is not my day! Do you want it without the capitals then? That sometimes is a problem with these things. Sheesh. So you make YouTube videos, just like all of those other people that play really cool, exciting games and always need to be really competent about them and know what they're doing. Those people that are really competent and intelligent and funny and witty and make loads of good jokes and put videos out consistently and don't have problems with these sorts of things and can understand what under the sun we're supposed to do with this accursed computer. You'd like all of them, are you, Phil? Is that what you're like? No, you're a lunatic that talks to himself while typing in the same thing over and over again, trying to figure out what under the sun the precise command this thing wants me to say is. Give me strength. Available processes, that thing, .txt, write the name of the file to open. That's what I'm trying to do, except you don't seem to be particularly interested in me doing that. Stumped for 4 minutes by a typo. Oh, gosh. All I want is a decent recording setup, the ability to find games that make sense, and for stuff to work. But seemingly that's never going to happen to me. Anyway, I've examined maps of the city with the greatest care, yet have never again found the... I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. I've failed at enough stuff today. These maps have not been modern maps alone, for I know that names changed. I have, on the contrary, delved deeper into all of the antiquities of the place and have personally explored every region, of whatever name which could possibly answer to the street I knew. But despite all I have done, it remains an humiliating fact. You don't write an horse to an house, you write a horse to a house. Fact that I cannot find the house, the street, or even the locality where during the last months of my impoverished life as a student of metaphysics at university I heard... What? Oh. I heard the music of... somebody. Erich Z something? Rebooting PC, how kind of you. I'm so confused. I also thought that was Commodore, and now I've realised it's clearly Commander, not Commodore. Okay, somehow in the process of rebooting, you have managed to invent yourself a new program. Right, let's type it in correctly this time. I can't wait to go back in editing and see where the typo was. The Weak Pea Pulse. Sounds like the name of some sort of slash fiction you'd read on Reddit. Do I make too many references to Reddit? No. There's no such thing as referencing Reddit too much. Can I have, please? Thank you. Just want to look at this experience. Okay, I'm now hiding in the closet. Not quite what I was expecting to do today. Okay, the controls of this game are a bit freaky, but don't worry, we will survive. Okay, that one's locked. That makes things a lot easier. Thank you very much for that. What is this? Are these bodies? Like bodies on some sort of spiral reaching up for something? I don't know. Okay, so some candles. There's another body clinging onto some sort of a spire while a bat flies by. Same as earlier. There's some people falling out of a hole in the sky. That's lovely. Imagine that. You're applying for a job. Like, I'm applying to be a security guard of an asylum. Where was the last place you worked? Oh, the place they kept that crazy serial killer woman that kidnapped and murdered and ate all of those children. Oh, what was the reason for your dismissal? I failed to stop an 80-year-old woman with no legs from escaping. My giddy heart, what a miserable failure. That makes me feel better about my day. I failed it a lot today, and I suddenly feel a little bit better knowing that somewhere in the world there's somebody, fictional, sadly, not real, but somebody in the fictional world that failed to stop an 80-year-old woman with no legs from escaping an insane asylum. Press F to exit the key panel, as you say. Right, hello, bearded person. What the heck? Okay, I'm a little confused how this system works. Okay, so it seems that there's an environment that I need to wander around and I need to find things in order to help me escape, but I need to hide in cupboards in order to save myself from presumably the witch that's following me, though how the heck she's going to chase me with no legs, I don't know. Okay. Photograph? I don't know how that helps, but I've got that now. Okay, let's... Oh yes, I found a key at some point, didn't I? Yes, on the bedside table, I think. Oh, newspaper? 1985. Am I dead? Because I like to... Right, are we rolling with the it was all a dream, or are we rolling with the we've restarted the game process? Because if it's the restarted the game process, I'm going to be rather cheesed off. It is, isn't it? At least we haven't restarted all the way back to the beginning, so that's nice. Anyway, I would just like to preface that when that noise was all starting, I tried moving and it didn't. Farthest block, please enter the password. Up yours with a ra. Fine. If you won't let me say up yours with a rake, I'll say up yours with a ra. Where's the password then? How do I get up? I don't know what the password is. Oh, hang on. Is it 1985? My brain, my memory finally kicks in and actually starts being useful after about 20 years of not working very well. And we're back in the room. So, what? Where's my alarm clock? I don't. Would you move, you bum? That's locked. Okay, so maybe that was a scripted death. Maybe I was supposed to die to her without her legs. So she seems to be wandering around on her. I was going to say her hands and knees. No, she's more sort of dragging herself along. She's quite nimble for an 80-year-old woman. Let me just try 1985. Oh no, 85. No, it's not good enough. Okay. So I thought that code we got would be the code to the first keypad we found, but seemingly that isn't the case. So there's another cupboard to hide in, but as of yet no reason to hide. Just double check these doors. That one's locked. This one? No. Okay, it's kind of locked. It's locked some of the time. There we are, okay. It's like you can sort of click the lock open and shut by pressing on it. Okay, here's another key, more bloodstains, another piece of paper. Can I have that? That was very useful to me, thank you for that. I really appreciate all of the abundance of information that flowed out of that. My giddy arms, like a master's degree reading that thing. Great, so no more information as of yet. That's just a dead end. Where does this go? That's just back into my bedroom with the infernal alarm clock going off again. There we are. Could you shush? It's 3:33, I suppose I should go to sleep. Or not do that and go and put that in as a code instead. Oh gosh! Where's the cupboard? Where's the cupboard? Where's the cupboard? Giddy aunt, she is a witch. She can possess doors and make them go all jiggly. And I force myself out of the cupboard as my claustrophobia overwhelms me, I suppose. Interesting music, not the kind of music I would have expected to hear at a horror game. I feel like there's a joke in there about turning up to work legless. No! She's a stealthy old woman. There was a stealthy old woman who lived in a shoe. And she was very, very annoying. She wouldn't stop going on about all of the children she has. It's very annoying, honestly. Constantly sending out letters for child benefits. Just irritating. Like, seriously, madam, we have things other to do in the government than process your forms for more requests of money. Right. So this got off kilter, but never mind, it doesn't matter. So, this door is definitely locked, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So we need to go and find the key, open that door, check that the code is the same thing, or actually I suppose it's worth checking just to see if, what was it, 03333? Whoops. No, not that. The code hasn't changed. Creakity creakity. You used some WD-40 on those hinges, my friend. And here we are again. It's the psychological version of PT, as opposed to the geographical version of PT. And what's the lucky name of the program we get to run today? Oh, the exact same thing. Wonderful. So does that mean I did something wrong, or are we moving into a different type of thing? What? Weep P. Weep P. Don't weep P. That won't work at all. Weak P. What am I doing? Oh. What am I doing with my life? Seriously, how did my life get to this point where I'm doing this with my Saturday nights? Saturday night is the loneliest night of the week. Saturday night is the looniest night of the week, if you ask me. So, here we are again. So, did I do a naughty by putting in the code before I was supposed to? No, I don't think I did, because the candles weren't here before, were they? These candles are new. At least I think they are. So, I don't know where the old woman's gone. But all I can say is I have some slight more sympathy for that security guard I was berating earlier, because he is actually quite nimble. Okay, this is the world's least useful storeroom. You could have literally just put the shelving unit on the wall and used that space for something else. Never mind, I'm not here as an interior design critique. I'm here to get stumped by a door. Never mind. Many locked doors. Oh, I was just about to ask where the music had gone. Oh, good, a broom. I can start quidditching, or whatever under the sun it's called. Good, I'm glad I can stick a broom between my legs and get the heck out of here. Anything else? Oh, another picture. I don't know why I'm collecting these pictures. The first one made sense because it had a number on it that I could use, but this one certainly doesn't. The reason that I'm sort of standing at the doors and clicking on them a few times is because the music's quite loud and I can't actually easily differentiate between the sounds of whether it's a locked door noise or whether it's an unlocking the door noise. So that's just the only reason I'm doing that. Right, okay, that one's definitely locked. We don't have the key for that, but there were plenty of other doors. So let's have the enormous joy of wandering around and trying to figure out which is the right one. Okay, so we've got another picture, which I guess is, I don't know, are we doing a Slender Man on this? That's my objective, I'll just pick up pictures while surviving the monsters. In which case I find myself asking why. Nobody ever would explain that to me, why you were picking up the pages in Slender Man, but never mind. Never mind, it doesn't matter. Let's keep exploring and keep trying to figure out. Come on, that was an opening the door sound. Thank you. Oh wait, hang on a minute, this is my bedroom again. Why don't I take that knife with me? That sounds like something that would be very useful to have. Could stab her right in her wiggly bum. Right, if I could stop crashing into the eggshell wall pattern for 2 seconds, I could try and figure out what under the sun it is I'm supposed to be doing. So you can lock doors behind you. So is the idea you're supposed to lock doors behind you in order to, Let's point out. You can lock doors behind you. Is the purpose of that like to slow her down, make it harder for her to catch you? Is that the idea? She hasn't even been in this level yet. Come on, throw up this chest of drawers. Nothing in here. I am stumped as to where under the sun I'm supposed to go. None of these doors open. None of these doors go anywhere. Was that there before? That wasn't there before. That couldn't have been there before. That's changed, right? Yeah, that door used to open. Okay, so... Am I going barking mad? Because I would have been absolutely willing to swear there weren't 2 kitchens before. Now there is, and one of them's got a broom in it and the other one hasn't. So does that mean I was just being an idiot and not seeing the other one? And actually everything's sort of fine? I don't know. I don't know, friends. I honestly... Of course, because when you're wandering around a monochrome... When you're wandering around a monochrome world, of course the thing that you need to do is turn the light on so the bulb blows up. Of course you do. Logic. Oh, hell no. If, God, give me what you're looking at is the face of a broken man. Do you want the password again? No, you don't. You're very inconsistent about your security, aren't you? Right, please do not make me go through all of the stuff that I just went through again. And the music kicks up, that's surely the logical time where you would think, oh, now I must hide. Surely it's not logical to say, oh, and now I must hide, but in 20 seconds. I don't know. Never mind. Right, do you want me to blow the light again, or not? Yes, you seemingly do. Where are you? I'll keep swinging my head back and forth all night long if I have to. Where are you? There you are, you crazy butt-wiggling freak. Now shove off. Stop making the doors have seizures. It's not pleasant. We had a meeting about this the other week. It's not proper to make the doors go like that. It's not appropriate. Okay, nothing over there. Witchy kitty on. You've got a nice design, but I don't have the opportunity to actually properly examine and appreciate it. Because you're trying to bite my feet off. And I kind of need my feet for stuff and things, mostly for carrying me to the fridge and back. She not followed me? No, she's as blind as a badger. Good for her. Well, this might give me the opportunity to lock the door at the wrong moment and examine the kitchens again. Were there 2 kitchens this whole time? Oh gosh. Oh, now there's a big fire. Why is there a big fire? I am kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Is she gone? I don't see her. Oh gosh. Nice design. Really, genuinely, really cool design on that. Okay, I'm going to completely ignore the fact that she's thoroughly broken, and I don't just mean anatomically. I'm alright. Crying out loud. Oh, that shocked me more than I thought it was. That shocked me more than I thought it was going to. I apologise. I did not mean to. Oh, perform such a disgusting array for you. Sorry, I really wasn't expecting her to just jump out in front of me like that while I was in the middle of trying to take a drink. Oh, for crying I just can't do anything right today, can I? I can't even die correctly. She's scarier than you think she is. She just turns up at all the wrong moments and makes a surprisingly small amount of noise as she does. And then makes you nearly choke to death in the process. Okay. I see QA testing was not exactly one of the high budget priorities in this game's development. Never mind. It's never been a particularly high budget part of anything I've ever done either, so perhaps I'm not one to complain. Right, madam, could you please go away? You're really, really cramping my style. Just go through the door already. Maybe she wasn't chasing, maybe she's just patrolling. In which case, could she patrol in the other direction, like over there? There once was a crazy old woman. She had very saggy boobs because she kept dragging herself all over the floor. Okay, right, it's my hope that she'll just pass by and I can use it as a stopping point to let me get on the other side of her patrol. But, of course, that didn't work. Why? Because it's today, and nothing's working today. I am going to be such a good speller of the words weak, pee, and pulse by the end of this, aren't I? I just... like, I predict... it's always a contingency for me that things may go wrong in a recording. It was never a contingency of mine that a game might literally bring me millimeters from death through my own stupidity. Killed by a glass of water. Not exactly something you want written on your tombstone. How did your friend die? Oh, we was playing this video game and this crazy old woman that drags herself along on her hands was jumping out at him. And he managed... She jumped out at him at the wrong moment and caused him to choke on his own water and die. Kitty aunt. Anybody feel like the stupid? Anybody feel like the stupid death's funny because their true song should be chiming in about now? Because I certainly frickin' do. Right. This time, could your claustrophobia please not force you out of the cupboard the moment she arrives? I'm pressing E and telling you to get back in there, but you don't, do you? I'm starting to think you've got a thing for this crazy old woman. Oh, gosh. Hi. This is going to be it, isn't it? This is going to be the very last thing I do before I go completely stark raving mad and get carted off to an insane asylum in a straitjacket. It's a very good thing that I'm living right next to an old people's home, isn't it? Because they probably have well-trained staff there that can deal with people that go completely stark raving bonkers, that lose their mind and start screaming. I don't even know what my freaking objective is anymore. I don't even know why I'm here and what I'm doing. I don't know anything. The only thing I know is that I'm in pain. Severe, agonizing pain from this. Right, okay, she doesn't turn up until you do the thing with the light. She doesn't turn up until then. So that at least gives me the opportunity to find some keys and open some doors. Okay, so that's as far as I can get without her being here. Assuming there's nothing in any of these rooms. Is there anything in here? No, nothing at all. Okay. So, I need to activate the light and then carefully work my way around in order to survive this stupid woman. Right. Which side is she going to come through? Come on, pick a side, thank you. Now I'm just going to run all the way through the door. And this time you're not going to throw yourself into her open arms. Thank you. It's really not complicated to not be an idiot, but you don't seem to have quite mastered that concept yet. I didn't tell you to do that. I told you to go through the door, but of course you don't listen to me because you never do. Right. One of these doors must have now opened, right? Finally. Is that it? Or is there yet more opportunity for me to make a total muppet of myself this evening? Fascinating. Fascinating. You here for your pedicure? You here for your wrist widening surgery? Fortunately, both of those have been booked in for 10. Hi. So it has just suddenly struck me that the place that we woke up in was a child's bedroom, and this person is supposed to be famous for killing children, so, that's lovely and pleasant, isn't it? Lovely and pleasant. Oh, goody, we get to do some more. I was really hoping we'd have a different program name today, but never mind, it seems like I'm not going to be blessed with such a thing. If you put me back in that house, I am going to punch myself in the face. Is this the same house? Because I'm man of my word. What is up with the jerky frames? Yes, this is the same house. Well, I'm a man of my word. That was a bit stronger than I was initially planning on. Good thing I used my right hand, or else I could have cracked my jaw on my ring, but never mind. Ow, okay, now I'm ever so slightly dizzy. And not just from the low frames. Great, okay, so, why under the sun am I back here again in this infernal hell? Is that me? What, the strange ritual committed by the serial killer that you told us not to worry about? What's all of this? 19... What's... not falling for that again. Right, I'm just gonna... She'll kindly get back in the wardrobe. See, I timed it properly this time. I've learned my lesson. Now take your scaly, scrawny butt out of here. Stupid woman. How do 3 people get murdered to somebody like that? Given the fact that I've been murdered by her about 40 times, that somehow doesn't surprise me. So it's the 27th of November, 1940. Special day of the year for me, but, wrong year. Right, so, many more candles than we've seen before. So that seems to be like a special door. Special door for exits. So that's probably my aim at the moment, is to try and get out of there. Oh, gosh. I jinxed it, didn't I? By saying that the security guard was a total wuss for letting an 80-year-old woman with no legs escape from his prison. And then I jinxed it further by saying that a family of 3 people got murdered by the same scrawny-butted, dragon-faced, long, fingernailed, irritating woman. Oh my Gideon, there are so many more colourful words I wish I could use at this moment. Give me strength. Great, we get to see through this lovely news report again. Problem is you can get stuck on the candles, which make moving around quickly rather tiresome. This works now. Press escape to exit, waiting for the unlock code. What day is today? How would the Americans do it? The Americans do it month, day, year, don't they? So it would be 11/27/40? No. Waiting for unlock code. What day is it today? Fine. 27/11/40. No. 27/11/1940. Do you not want the year? Do you just want 27? Do you just want 11/27? Do you just want 27/11? Do you want any other random combination of frickin' numbers? Do you want dashes in it? Yes, maybe you do want dashes in it. 27. Americans do it. At least I'm assuming it's American. Oh, the joys of random number selection. Right, so after trying every combination I can think of those numbers, that's not working at all. So allow me to go back to wherever under the sun I found that and have another look at it. It's the 27th of November 1940. Yes, that's exactly what I thought it was. Why is this thing not working then? Oh, for crap. Do you mean the day of the week? Is that... Oh. If you mean... If it means the day of the week, I'm going to go absolutely stark raving mad. I'm gonna get through this. I've been defeated by enough games, alright? I've absolutely had it with this day. I just want this day to be finished. If there's one thing I can do right today, it's completing this accursed experience. Right, at least there's no more freaking keys to bother about. Do you want the day of the week? That would make it Sunday. Do you want... Do I have to wait for that light to pop first, or was there a key that I needed? No, I probably needed that key, thinking about it. This is just my idea of hell. This is just genuinely my idea of absolute pure hell. Just instructions that seem to have a perfectly obvious answer of it being the 27th of November 1940, but no matter how many different ways you try to articulate that as being your answer, it doesn't ever accept it. Instructions that seem clear, but then in reality when you get feedback, it doesn't ever work. This is my literal concept of hell. What does that say down there? I don't know, I can't quite make out what it says down there. Oh dear, I was thinking there might possibly be a calendar in here that would have a different date on it that might help. But, no. The reason that I think it's an American date rather than an English one is that, unless I'm mistaken, that is the American version of the Super Nintendo. So, it's just making me think that this is probably... probably an American style date rather than an English style date. Plus, statistically speaking, it's more likely this was made by an American than an English person, given the fact that there are 10 times as many Americans than there are English, 9 times as many, however many there are, I don't know, I can't bother to do the maths at the minute. Right, I have a couple of final possible ideas as to what Under the Sun this could be. Did you open the door already? Right, that's still the same, isn't it? Oh, shut up, lady. Right. Is it some meta rubbish and it's actually... Do you actually want 10/03/2020? Do you want 10/03/20? Do you want 10-03/20? Do you want 10-03-2020? No. I'm like, get through that door! Give me that fucking key. Right. For crying out loud. You know how when you're doing a Sudoku or a crossword, you look at the clue, or you look at the other numbers on the page, and you, from the evidence that you've got, you then decide that there are a number of different possibilities that could be the correct choice for you to make, whether it's the number or the thing that the clue is alluding to. Use logic and deduction to work it out. Who here, by a quick show of hands, solves Sudokus by guessing which number goes in and randomly putting in numbers until something goes wrong and then starting all over again? Who solves Sudokus that way? That's right, absolutely nobody, because that's not how you're supposed to solve a puzzle. You are supposed to solve a puzzle using logic. If the logic of finding out what the date is that you're supposed to look at that calendar and realise that it's the 26th of November, 1940, I don't have a problem with that. Here's what I have a problem with. The fact that it doesn't tell you the format of the date, so you don't know whether you're supposed to put in 1940 or 40. If it were just that, I wouldn't have a problem with it, because then you'd only have two solutions. And then it would be perfectly acceptable to use trial and error to try and figure out which one is the correct one. Here's where my problem comes from. The fact that you can put in loads of other things, like dashes, and dots, and words. So as you probably saw there, I tried many, many different things. Which means I didn't know what the date format was, which means I didn't know whether it was supposed to be the day, then the month, and the year, or whether it was supposed to be the month, and the day, and the year. I didn't know if I was supposed to be writing in November instead of the month. I didn't know if I was supposed to be putting thus after the numbers for the day. Which meant that and I would also just like to point out that when you're going through a calendar, when you're crossing off the days, at the end of the day you cross it off, not at the start of the day, which means that calendar indicates the day is the 27th of November, not the 26th of November. Which means that this little puzzle about working out what the date is, A, is wrong, because the calendar indicates the date is the 27th, not the 26th, and it is also very, very, very annoying, because it doesn't give you even the slightest inkling what format it's supposed to be in. So you don't know if you're supposed to write 27th November as a word, followed by 1940, whether you're supposed to just put in the 40, whether you're supposed to put in the full 1940, you don't know if you're supposed to put dots in, you don't know if you're supposed to put dashes in. You don't have a clue, which means you have about 15 different options which you have to put through. To the point where, and I'm a determined man, as certain games on the channel have proved, I am perfectly willing to put in the hours when it comes to solving a problem. Absolutely I am. To the point where I had to look up somebody else's video on this game in order to figure out what the correct date was to put into the computer. It's veiled all over again. I mean, on other days and in other videos, I've said my piece about puzzles and horror games, and I've said my piece about unclear directions, and I've said my piece about not giving even the slightest inkling about a formatting style to the point where you actually know what you're supposed to be doing and it becomes something other than a game of trial and error. I've said all of that before and on other days, and I've said it more eloquently than I can say it today. So what I will simply say is that the game is good, the design is good, the puzzle is absolutely, categorically infuriating. But I re-emphasize, the game is good. The design of the enemy is very interesting. Personally, I don't like the PT style of redoing the same environment over and over again. I think it's a bit cheap. I think it's a bit boring because you just design one environment and then run with it the whole time, rather than designing new environments. But, with the exception of my personal preference for systems which are not PT, and my personal preference for puzzles which actually make a bit of frickin' sense, other than those two small problems, this is a good game. It's nicely designed, it works very well, The doors are clearly and evidently utterly broken, but whatever, who cares? But, yeah, other than that, it's good. I've had one of the worst days in months today, through numerous different things, not just because of this game. This game is just the cherry on top, frankly. But, other than that, I sincerely hope you enjoyed watching whatever under the sun you've just seen. Thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please look after each other, particularly if you experience anything like that puzzle. I really do hope you're looking after each other, because otherwise you're probably all going to end up in straitjackets. So, thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other and good night.